Hello everyone, this is Osamu Wakabayashi from Zen Ideas. Today I'm using WordPress and Elementor plugin to create a MacBook Pro landing page. So let's dive in. Okay, first I like to find out what typeface Apple is using. You probably know about this handy tool. It's Chrome extension. It's called What Font, and you can check what typeface they are using. So in this case, they are using San Francisco Pro display. So 700, that's the weight. And you can check the color and light height and the size as well. So it looks like they are using the same typeface throughout the website. So I'm going to be using a Google font. And then I think the Roboto is the closest typeface as the San Francisco Pro. And I'm going to just copy the same words here, which Mac notebooks is right for you, and paste onto that so that in this way I can easily compare kind of side by side. And then increase a bit the text size too. It's very close, I mean at least close enough. And the next one is I'm gonna inspect the color on the Mac page. And then the background is black. And with the Elementor, you go to site setting and then global color. And I pick the colors in advance. So I use this nice handy tool. It's a color picker. This is, once again, it's a Google Chrome extension. So you can hover over your mouse and then you can select the color and you can copy right there and then move over to Elementor, and then you can select and just paste that hex code, the right blue in this case. I'll show you another example. So you can use color picker, and then there's a light gray. So you can select that, and then you see you can copy exact hex code number and you put it there, and you can change the label, background color. Yeah, another thing is I've already copy and uploaded all the images from this MacBook landing page. So now it is ready to create MacBook landing page website. All right, so I'm not going to create the top header here, the menu here. So I'm not going to create that. So I'm create basically that only the page from this welcome to the future of Mac. So it's going to be just one column. And then so let's see, another thing is I like to use this once again the tool the Chrome has extension, so the page ruler tool here. So I can see approximate the width and the size here. So so that's about the width is 553. Well, actually, because I shrunk that, so this could be a bit wider here. So let's see, it's gonna be more than that. Yeah, it's about 600, and then this margin is about 100 here. Okay, so what about the size here? Okay, so now about 1,000, okay, so about 1,000 width, except this kind of stretch out to so 1265. Okay, so just take a note, the size measurement here. Okay, so let's dive in. So I'm going to pretty much sometimes the fast forward. So I'm going to edit this video. I'm going to fast forward sometimes, so you can see my voice sounds like my chipmunk. So just bear with me. Okay, go to style and classics. I'm gonna just pick a color here, and then the background color to be. So let's go to I don't remember what the color was. I can just pretty much pick black. Okay, so that's pretty much they are black. So I can see that it's 000, so it's black. Just put that black. And then so the content width is about 600, so I'm going to make it to 600. All right, and then add some image here. Drop that. Actually, I'm going to give so it's about 100 top. Give some margin here. All right. And then this new M1 chip image is going in the middle. And then I'm going to now I'm using another plugin in addition to Elementor. It's called Ultimate Add-ons. So they have I think advanced headings you can use. All right, so I can just okay, make it the center. I'm going to change a little bit small. This is probably right size here. Okay, and then text size good. So color, I'm going to change the background, and then secondary color is maybe turn to black, and then some main color to be white. So let's see, yeah, a little bit brighter. So let's play with that. Location, something like this. Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, so I can do that, and that has to be radial. Okay, so that's okay. Instead of white, maybe dark it up a little bit, and then location to be okay. So that's close enough, I think. I'm gonna add button here, and then make it the center. Okay, go to style, and then change the text color to be blue. Okay, right there. And then I get rid of the background color. And then change size to medium here. And then copy that text. And I'm going to just paste onto that. All right. Okay, let's go to style here again. I think the blue color to be actually a little bit lighter one. Yeah, so I picked that. So that's the right one. So let's take a look at the size. I'm going to just increase a bit. Okay, and then all right, so that looks pretty close. Here we go. And I'm going to bring yeah, increase a little bit the margin there. I mean, decrease the margin. Okay, that's close enough. So let's move on to the next section. And then, so background color to be black again. Okay, so I'm going to increase the padding here. I think about 110 to start with that. And I'm going to bring the inner section because there's two columns here. Okay, let's take a measurement once again. So that's about 1000. All right, bring the heading, title, and then just copy the MacBook Air text and then paste onto it, and then back to style, and then a little bit reduce the size there. All right, that looks okay. And I'm gonna just duplicate that text and then change that to new, and then pick that orange color, and I gotta reduce that text size. Okay, so once again I'm gonna duplicate and then copy that text and then paste onto it, and I'm gonna change that color. Sorry, I'm gonna change the size, reduce down to maybe 25-ish is good. Alright, so I'm gonna repeat that process, and I'm gonna copy the price here from $12.99 and then paste this, and then once again reduce the size, and I'm gonna maybe reduce the weight here 400, and then bring down the button here, the buy button, and change the text. Alright, so change the typography here, it's gonna be a bit lighter, yeah. And then the size is, yes, so this is about right size. Now I have to change the border radius, so if you put 100 top bottom and the left right, and then once again, so bring the text, and this is learn more. Okay, and back to style and change the color text. Alright, so that looks good. So I'm gonna adjust some padding here, so I have to reduce the padding. And yeah, I want to change that to MacBook Air. Has to be a little bit, yeah. And then bring that image, and then so let's put that image there, right there. Yeah, it has to be full size. Okay, so I might have to adjust the width here to 100%. All right. Okay, that looks pretty close. So I'm gonna adjust that padding between those text lines. Yeah, so you can go to advanced and then reduce the margin. Okay, that looks good. And then next the button as well, so I have to bring it up quite a bit. Alright, so the last one is a learn more text. Reduce the margin up there. Okay, that looks pretty close, yeah. So next one is easy. So I'm gonna just duplicate the section and then flip the column left to right. So I'm gonna just replace the image and replace the text. So okay, so I'm gonna duplicate that text right there and then copy that 13-inch model and then paste onto that. I have to change the color to white, and then reduce the margin there, and then just change the replacing text here, and then replace the MacBook Air image to MacBook Pro. Once again, so I'm gonna just duplicate the section and then bring it down right there. So I'm gonna just repeating the same process, and I'm gonna just fast forward this section. Okay, this looks pretty close, so let's move on to the next section. So I'm gonna add another section here, and then bring an intersection, creating columns. I think it's about 1,000 pixel width. And I'm going to copy that with Mac notebook text. You don't see that because text is, I think, white. So go to style and then change the text color because it's white right now, and change to a black. And then reduce the size and then make it the center. Okay, so that looks pretty close. So let's double check the typeface. The line height is 63. Okay, so I'm gonna take measurement here. So that's a 645 pixel width. Okay. So I'm gonna take measurement on the top here. So it's about 22 pixels space there. So I'm gonna give margin about 22 pixel. And what about here? Take the measurement, and that's, so it's about 120. The 120 padding on top. Okay, so that's pretty good. And the background color here to be light gray. So go to style and change the background color right there. Okay. Okay, so gonna once again I want to measure. Yeah, so I gotta increase a little bit. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna just duplicate this and drop in there and make it center again. And check that. Let's check the typeface. So 400 weight, and then the size is 20 pixel. Pick that blue color, accent color, and it's about 20 to 22. Okay, so that looks okay. And copy that text and then paste onto the content right there. And then increase margin there. Okay. Okay, that looks about right. So I'm gonna just duplicate this section and then remove the margin on top. and here change that to. So I'm going to divide this into 3 columns. So I'm going to just add a new column and another column here. So I'm going to use put the image on top and then text down below. So I'm going to delete that section and delete again. Okay, so now it's 3 columns there, and bring the image right there in the first column. And then I'm going to select the MacBook Air image, and then now bring the text heading widget. And then color is the text color, it's a dark black. And then reduce the text size. Let's check once again. So 24 pixel. Okay. And copy that MacBook Air text right there. And then, so I'm going to just duplicate there and then copy that price. And once again, so just okay, so I'm going to just reduce the weight here. It's going to be thinner than that. And then reduce the size. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, so I'm going to give some padding on the left hand side. All right. And I'm going to just duplicate that and then change, type the text. And then reduce the text size right there. And I'm going to grab another, that's a text editor widget. And the same here. And then give a 44 pixel on the left hand side of padding. And then let's check that text size again. So it's 14 pixel. Okay. And then just copy entire text there and paste. And then let's get rid of that bullet point. Okay, that looks fine. Give a space. And I'm going to adjust that padding and the margin between text line. And go to advanced. And then reduce the margin there and bring it up. And the same thing, so reduce the margin and then bring the text up there. Oops, that's too much. Okay. Get rid of it down. And then text below too, reduce a little bit the margin, bring it up. All right, that looks fine. And then I have to add a button there and just copy from up the top and bring it down, grab that to this section. Now I have to reduce the size of the button there. And then let's make some adjustment. Yeah, align to the rest of the text. And then to reduce the size of text there. All right. And then make some paddings inside the box, inside the button there. Okay, let's adjust the border radius. Okay, getting closer. Let's make some adjustment. The padding again. Okay, that getting close. All right, so that looks about right. Cool. And then the blue text, I'm just gonna duplicate and then grab it down to the bottom. Yeah, give the same padding on the left hand side only. Okay. Now I think I have to make adjustment for the text size. It's a bit smaller there. All right. Okay, let's hit update. Okay, color I think has to be a bit the lighter one. Oh no, actually this is good. Okay, so slightly adjust the margin on top. Okay, so I'm gonna just duplicate that. I'm gonna duplicate just entire column. All right, and just to remove that one column there. Okay, so just to hit update. And I'm going to replace the image to MacBook Pro 13-inch. And I'm gonna just change the text there. So I'm gonna fast forward really fast because I'm just gonna be repeating the process from here. Okay, let's hit update. Okay, so let's take a look. Hit the preview. All right, so that looks pretty close. So the left hand side is Apple website and the right hand side is WordPress Elementor site that I just created. So I can see small change too, but it looks pretty close. So I'm gonna just double check the typeface. The color is actually, it wasn't really true white, so I have to adjust that because I picked the white, but it wasn't really white from the Apple website. And then bottom there too, it's kind of close. I have to make a little adjustment. I can see it on the top there. I need to increase the margin more. All right, so that looks pretty close. So I'm gonna move on. So let's move on to the section below. Last call for the latest gifts section here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just duplicate this section because so they're gonna be using the same background, same gray, and then I'm gonna replace that text here and copy that and paste on here. So let's check the typeface. It looks smaller, so the 48, and go to style and then change the typography here, 48. All right, so that looks good. I know robot is slightly bigger, so I'm gonna reduce that to 47, and then this section as well. So I'm gonna just change the text to shop gifts. All right, and then I'm going to just change the heading, go to advanced, and then margin it's gonna be reduce that slightly, something like that. And I'm going to just remove that section. All right. Okay, and bring the inner section down here. And then this is just one column. So I'm gonna just put those iPhone and then MacBook and Apple Watch, those image. And then so I'm gonna just reduce that column to 1. And then so change that column background color here. So actually color is, let's pick the background color and also add image right there. So I think this is the image, and insert, it's right here. So the position to be center, and then size to be cover, so it's here. And I have to change that column height, so I can just adjust it, and then something like that would be good, I think. If you want to be more precise, I can bring this measurement tool. So that's about height is 380. Actually, that was pretty close. Yeah, so something like that. So more or less. So that looks fine. Okay, so to give us some padding here on the bottom here, so it's about 59, so 60. So right here, I'm gonna just on the bottom here, I'm gonna put the 60 here. Oh, okay, so that the background here is white, so I have to go select this section and then go to style, and then so this change color, so I have to add a background color to it, so that's fine. So that the top padding is about 50 for height, so this is kind of too big, so I have to reduce that. So now it says 120 here, so I gotta reduce that to about 60. A little bit, I think, lower than that. Looks like. All right, so that looks good. Okay. All right, so let's move on to another section. So I'm gonna just grab 2 columns here. So you see the accessory and Apple trading. So there's 2 columns. So, and then so I'm gonna just select the column, and this column background color is change that to the background gray here, and then I'm gonna add text right there. You know what, I'm gonna just copy this text right there to duplicate it, because at least the color is the same, and I'm sure yeah, so Explore Mac accessories is probably the same size anyway, so I can just reuse that same style, and I might as well duplicate it here, and then oops, I'm gonna turn this off. And copy this accessories right there, and then I'm just gonna quickly inspect that. So that's size 24, and go to typography, so that's 24. Okay, that looks fine. And then here, Explore Mac accessories. Okay, type that. And then this button, I think I can probably just copy that. This is probably the similar size. I'm going to duplicate it and bring that button too. And down below, I think pretty close. Of course, I changed that to center. And then let's make it to 0 here. Okay, I think that's good. Close enough. And make it to shop. Okay, I can spend hours by doing this, so I'm gonna just cut it out. All right, and I'm gonna insert that image down here too. Okay, and then I'm gonna add an image down below here, and then the image is this one, and insert, and then let's adjust the margin. So I'm gonna just reduce that here and unlink, and then give a top, actually increase that margin here, yeah, something like that, and then bottom looks okay. So I'm gonna just adjust the padding here, and then just increase a bit here. I'm gonna just side by side. Okay, and then this text, change that line height a bit, like that. Looks actually bit, so that's 600 and then 500. So no, I think 500 is good here with the robot. This looks far actually. Top margin is gonna be I'll make that, and then top margin to be just to reduce like that. All right, so that's close enough. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just copy this column and then duplicate, and I might as well delete this, the third column, and I'm gonna change that text. Copy this and replace with this text, and the same. I'm going to just fast forward this section. Okay, so that looks okay. Now, there is no space between columns, so I have to give some gaps here. So I'm going to just go pick that and go to advanced, and then just increase the margin, and then left and right, so right and left. So let's say put 11 here and left 11. Okay, so I'm going to just copy and paste the style. Okay, that looks about right. Okay, so let's make some adjustment there. Okay, so I'm gonna just reduce the margin between those texts there. All right, so getting closer. Yeah, I'm gonna move this up a little bit. All right, so slightly has to go up a little bit so that it's aligned to the next column. Yeah, the picture I'm gonna bring down to get rid of the margin. Okay, then hit update, and let's take a look at the preview. So that looks pretty good. So on the right hand side is Elementor WordPress site. So what do you think, guys? So the left hand side is a MacBook landing page from Apple site, and on the right hand side is just that I created using WordPress and Elementor plugin. So as you can see, my demo, it's so easy to use and so much flexibility. So yeah, I hope this helps, and then you know, I hope you can get your hands on and you can try something creative too. So see you next time.